Hi guys, this is Thunder E from Booredatwork, and today we are introducing the iPhone 5S and the iPhone 5C. Alright, today at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, Apple introduced two new iPhones to the marketplace, the iPhone 5S and the iPhone 5C. They also announced that iOS 7 will be available for download on September 18th. So if you have a previous iPhone from iPhone 4, I believe 4 or 4S up, you can download iOS 7 on September 18th, of course, for free. Comes with free iWorks for first-time iPhone owners, so there you have it. So let's talk about the two new devices. Now, we've heard rumors for the last couple of months, and pretty much all of them are true. So let's talk about the flagship device for Apple, the iPhone 5S. Now, the iPhone 5S will retail, of course, for the standard prices of $199 and tiered up with a 2-year contract for the 16, 32, and of course 64 gigabyte variants. Prices, of course, with this video you can see there. And now, what's really interesting about the iPhone 5S is that it comes with the new A7 processor. The A7 processor is 56 times faster than the A6. Apple didn't give us details on specs, but we expect it to be definitely more powerful. Now, the A7 processor also has a built-in mini processor called the M7, kind of like how what Motorola did with the X8. Now, the M7 processor handles things like the accelerometer, tilts, and all those little different features in there, and basically takes that load away from your main processor. We'll see how that works. Nike did mention an app for it, so we'll see how that actually entails with the iPhone 5S. The other things they did mention also is that it has a new camera, has a new iSight camera. Megapixels are not told us, but it's pretty much the same 8 megapixel camera. The difference here is it's got a 1.5 micron size, so basically it's almost double the pixel size. It's similar to what HTC did with the HTC One, where HTC took an 8 megapixels, doubled it to a 4. This time Apple basically is taking pretty much close to 16 and double it down, of course, to an 8. Now, what this affords is, of course, better pictures, better low light. Now, the low light, of course, will be with auto assist, not OIS, but more software based. Excuse me. You also will have slow motion capture, 720p at 120 frames per second, which is pretty cool. So we'll see how this fares with the competition, especially the Lumia 1020 with its 41 megapixel camera. But Apple says this is pretty much the best camera on the market, so we'll see how that fares there. Other things to note, one of the very key main points, of course, is we've heard in the last couple of months that the iPhone 5S will have a fingerprint sensor, and yes, it does have a fingerprint sensor underneath the home button called Touch ID. Touch ID definitely can scan your fingerprint and also down to the subcutaneous level, so making sure that it truly is only matched to one user. This, of course, will be stored by Apple in its database, basically with your Apple account. So those of you who are afraid of NSA, who knows, they might have your information out there. But this allows you to unlock your phone by simply just putting down your fingerprint, and it can basically unlock it in any orientation. So even if the phone's upside down, sideways, it will still work to unlock your iPhone 5S. So that's pretty much it with the iPhone 5S. The screen size is still the same at 4 inches. It doesn't have a it's not larger in any way. It's also all metallic as you expect, but does come in 3 colors of black and silver, white, white and gold, black, silver, gold and gold. Sorry, I made a mistake. It's black, silver, and gold are the 3 color sets you have for the iPhone 5S. Pre-orders will start on September 13th and will ship and be available on September 20th for you to purchase. So that is the iPhone 5S. Now, the other device they didn't mention was the iPhone 5C, which some have termed the iPhone 5 Color because it comes in many color variants. I like to call it iPhone 5 Cheap. Now, the iPhone 5C retails for $99, 16 gigabytes for $99 with a 2-year contract. So you can actually get an iPhone 5 C for basically just $100. Comes in 5 different colors, and the inners are pretty much what you find in the regular iPhone 5. So it's got an 8 megapixel camera there, it's got the A6 processor, and a pretty much is an iPhone 5. But what's different here is that the build is actually from polycarbonate with a reinforced steel interior to give it a more sturdy feel. Comes in 5 colors: white, yellow, reddish pink, blue, and black. So you have color availability there, and also that also will have pre-order starting on September 13th. And of course available on the 20th in major markets including the US, China, Australia, and of course the UK and a few other European markets. So that is Apple's new announcement for the day, the iPhone 5S and the iPhone 5C. So I'm going to pose a couple of questions to you guys, and you guys tell me what you think. So do you think the iPhone 5C, first of all, is worth buying at $100 compared to the competition? And is this something that will bring you either back to the iPhone 5, iPhone arena, or will actually keep you away? So let me know if you're willing to purchase an iPhone 5C. And also with the iPhone 5S, do you think this is something worth buying? Do you think Apple has had major improvements? And are you worried about the fact that Apple has not matched up to its competition? Because as we know with the iPhone 5S, we don't know what the specs are in terms of the core processor, but is it going to match, say, the Snapdragon 800? And also the camera is 8 megapixels. Is this better than what we have from Nokia and other companies like Sony? And finally, also we know that the iPhone 5S does not have NFC support. So again, Apple has not come up to NFC and said, no, we don't care about that. There is no wireless charging also on the device. So that's another thing that Apple has decided to take away. So let's hear from you. What do you think about iPhone 5S? Do you think it's worth the purchase, or do you think it's Apple basically again straggling behind the competition? And the iPhone 5C, can this compete on the lower price device range? So let's hear your comments, your thoughts. Leave it with this video, and also definitely check out press releases for this at the website at Booredatwork.com. So if you have any questions or any comments about this or any other videos, let us know. Don't forget to subscribe to all our pages on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. It's all Booredatwork with 2 O's. Also follow us on Instagram and Pinterest is Booredatwork with 2 O's also. And that's pretty much it, guys. So thank you, and always enjoy entertainment.